Viewability is a really useful way of measuring if your campaign has been delivered. So an ad is counted, a standard display ad is counted as viewable if 50% or more of the ad has been visible for 1 second or more. The really important thing to say about that is that just because an ad is viewable doesn't necessarily mean that it's been seen. It's an opportunity to see rather than proof that someone's actually looked at it. So just because an ad was viewable doesn't necessarily mean that it was actually seen. If you want to work that out, you have to use a different research technique. So you might use a pre and post survey, you might use a control and expose survey and ask people if they recall the ad. Obviously they might have seen the ad and not recall it. Another thing you could use eye tracking software on a sample of internet users and see if they're actually looking at the ad. But just like other media, you have to use an additional research technique to find out if the ad was actually seen. It's really important, obviously, to establish if your ad was effective, and the metrics that you use will depend on your objectives. So say, for example, if it's a brand building campaign, you might want to do a brand survey to see if people who are exposed to the advertising now feel more favourable about the brand. If it's all about sales, then you might have some conversion tracking in place to see if people who were exposed to the ad then either went online to buy it or even offline and completed the purchase offline. The really important thing is to match the research methodology to your campaign objectives. The main thing that I hear, the main confusion point, is people confusing viewability and effectiveness. So everyone says, how can an ad be effective if it's only been, if half of it's only been visible for a second? And the really important thing to say is we're not saying that. Viewability is not a proxy for effectiveness. So that's the most important thing to take away. If you want to assess effectiveness, you have to use other research techniques depending on the objectives of the campaign.